Welcome back to Sport on 7. I'm Tom Bushell. Loads on the show tonight. You can get me on Twitter, by the way. It's at Tom Bushell UAE. That's where to find me. Chris McHardy still to come as we discuss the local sport over the last week. But first, Dubai has staged the first event of the FINA Arena Swimming World Cup 2012. The series consists of 8 events across the world and started in Dubai for the second time. The lineup consisted of Olympic gold medalists from South Africa, Cameron van der Burgh, the Olympic 100-metre breaststroke gold medalist, and Chad le Clos, the Olympic gold medalist in the 200-metre butterfly in London. I spoke to both of them, but first Chad le Clos on why he loves Dubai so much, and of course that win over Michael Phelps in London.
Chad, thanks so much for joining me. A great time for you in Dubai, and you get your 10th win here as well, which is fantastic, isn't it?
No, it's awesome. It's great to be back, and I think every year I come back, I seem to keep winning, so it's a good place for me.
It's somewhere you find really special, isn't it? Because this is almost where things started to kick off for you.
Yeah, I know. I mean, me and my coach say this is where it all began for me. In the 21st of December in 2010, I came here as an 18-year-old that didn't have any chance of winning a 200 fly, much like London. And I won the world champs by 5 splits. And you could say the rest is history. I've just taken that win, and this has kind of got me going.
Obviously, in the summer, London was such a fantastic occasion for the Olympic Games, and yourself as well, a great achievement. How did it feel to win that gold medal? We all saw your reaction and how pleased you were. We all saw your dad's reaction as well. It was a fantastic reaction from him after seeing you win gold there, but it must have been just a great feeling.
Unbelievable. I think there's only a few things I can say about the whole experience. I mean, it's overwhelming. You go there and you dream about winning an Olympic gold medal from a young age. And I remember even leaving my room in my house on the 28th of May. We left 3 months in advance before Olympics. We were in Europe, and I left that room and I said, well, this could be the last time I come back as a Olympic medalist, maybe. I didn't think it would be gold, but I came back, and I remember racing that race and looking at Michael, the last underwater, and kind of saying, well, this is my last chance to beat him, and I realized that it was my last 50 meters of my life, basically, because he's going to be retiring, and, if I want to win, I have to win now. So I think that's what kind of just made me get the edge there, and I was obviously very fortunate on the touch to have a great finish, and, Michael unfortunately missed his touch, but I'm very proud of what I've done, and, it was a great Olympics altogether.
I think we all saw on the TV coverage the moment you realised you had actually won it. It was such a fantastic race, and your underwater stretches as well are so important, aren't they? And you're very good at them, and you can see that here in Dubai as well. Last night, that's where you won the race in the underwater. Do you feel that's your strong point?
Well, it's exactly what Michael's strong point was, and I kind of copied him. I wanted to be like him so bad that I remember practicing underwaters from Beijing. I didn't make it, but I was doing underwaters every day, and my coach was like, hey, you're going too far, and I was going too slow, but I just wanted to be good at underwaters, and I think, of course, now short course is my thing now, and, the underwaters definitely helped me, but I have to thank Michael for inspiring me for that.
And, of course, here in Dubai, you've been here many years now. What do you love about Dubai, apart from the swimming, away from that fantastic facility? What do you love about coming to Dubai?
No, well, I have a lot of family here, a lot of friends, and, of course, I have a huge support base here, so it's always great to come and see that, but a few things we've done. I've done the rally and the... What do you call it, sorry?
Go-karting?
Go-karting. Oh, my gosh, that was scary. I saw the tallest building, and I actually went skiing at the Emirates Mall of Emirates.
Yeah.
That was very cool. I did that last year, so there's a few things that I like doing, yeah. And, of course, I play FIFA with one of my friends. So that's the main thing.
So many things to do. And will Dubai be the start of the 2012 Swimming World Cup that you win and regain your title? Of course, you won it last year. Are you going for that second World Cup title this year?
Yes, and of course. I'm definitely going for the World Cup win, and hopefully... I've had a great start so far, and hopefully I can just keep that going, and, I just got to stay injury-free and sick. That's the most important thing for me, and keep the form, which is the hard part, but I'm sure I can do it, and I think hopefully I come back next year and, do it again.
Great to see you, Chad, and well done, of course, on your 2012 achievements, and best of luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Chad le Clos for you, hoping to regain his World Cup title in 2012 and match what his fellow countryman did a few years ago. Cameron van der Burgh won the World Cup in 2008 and 2009. And even though 2012 isn't his target, he has plenty still to give.
Cameron, first of all, welcome to Dubai, and it's been a good week for you, hasn't it? Still unbeaten in the 100-metre breaststroke, and a successful time in Dubai to kick off the World Cup.
Yeah, it's really great to come and race after the Olympic Games and defend the titles that I won on that side. It's always lovely to come and get in front of the home crowd, yeah. And I think that there's so many South Africans there. It really feels like I'm actually in South Africa racing. And I think that Dubai is a special place because sport is so up and coming in this country, and I think that they're really investing in this kind of thing. And it's lovely to come and interact with a lot of the kids. And we're doing a few clinics here as well for the youngsters to try and get them motivated and get them inspired, and hopefully build that Olympic culture of swimming in Dubai.
And you said to me this week that your aim is to go unbeaten in this Olympic year. You're still on course for that, so going well for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think this is probably the last competition that I'm doing for the year, so it looks like
it's easy to stay unbeaten in.
Yeah, we've achieved what we wanted to, and it's been obviously quite tough. But I'm very pleased with my performances in the year, and I think that all the training over the last 2 years has really paid off heading into the Olympic Games.
You mentioned the crowd, and the South African support here is phenomenal. I noticed last night you handed your medal into the crowd after the medal ceremony there. What made you do that?
I think that for me, I always try to give my medals out because, for those kids, it makes their day or it makes their week, and I think that it gets them really inspired. And I get so many messages from those kids that I've given the medal to, and they say that, thank you so much. It's inspired me to really train and get to the Olympic Games. And I remember when I was a youngster, I was given a medal from Penny Haynes at one of her smaller competitions, and it meant the world to me. And I'm just trying to now pass the favour on. And, the World Cup is obviously a special event, and I think the more that you can sort of race with these youngsters and they can learn from you and get inspired, swimming is going to grow and grow and grow, and it's going to become more of a professional sport.
Obviously, that Olympic gold medal, you will keep that one. But I know before that, obviously, there was the break-in in your house in South Africa, wasn't there, where all the medals that you'd won up until London had gone. That must have been a terrible feeling. Yeah,
it was terrible. I think that there was a lot of setbacks before London, and unfortunately, somebody did break in and they stole about 80% of the medal collection. And we've written to FINA, and they have promised, to actually return a few of the medals. And I think it's very, very unfortunate, obviously, but I replace that with probably the best medal that you can have, with Olympic gold medal. So.
And another one to come in Rio in 4 years' time. Is that the aim now? You turn your attention to 4 years, and it's all set for Rio.
Yeah, it is. For the next 4 years, I'm going to try and just remain injury-free and train as hard as I can. And I think the goal is now just to remain consistent, to keep South Africa's name on the medal tally and seeing the flag being raised and the anthem being sung, and to remain South Africa beating huge countries. I think that between Chad and I, we have a great capability to bring medals in, and I think if we can stick together and keep our heads down, South African swimming has a bright future.
And it does, because, of course, you and Chad are great role models for swimming in South Africa, and it's a real golden generation for swimming in the country, isn't it?
Definitely. I think that a lot of people, they'll ask me, maybe it wasn't so good for you that Chad won a medal, and I always tell people that I say that the more medals that we can bring in, the better for the sport, because you're growing the sport and it's becoming a culture. And before in South Africa, we never had an Olympic culture, and I think that now that we've brought home 6 medals, and 3 were gold, people are so interested in swimming, interested in rowing, interested in all the Olympic sports, and people are like, now you see in Dubai, they're coming out to support us, they're getting behind us and throwing their weight, and that also in turn inspires us now for the next 4 years. I mean, I have enough motivation from the support from everybody that I can probably go another 8 years, not just 4 years. So,
talking of the World Cup, obviously the first event of the 2012 World Cup got underway here in Dubai. Yourself have 2 World Cups, 2008, 2009. Chad has 1. Is he going to match your 2 this year and win the 2012 World Cup?
It would be awesome feat, because Rake Neethling, he won 2 years in a row as well, and then I won 2 years, and Chad did win last year. I know it will be a tough fight between him and I think it's the Australia and Kenneth. So we'll see. It's still early days, and I think that between Chad and I, we haven't done too much training. But as the World Cups will go on, I think that we'll both get better. I think for me, I'm only going to swim Doha, and then I'm going to return back to South Africa and start to train for World Championships next year. And, unfortunately, I'm a little bit older. I don't recover as well as Chad. So I think that, it's his turn now to bring it home for South Africa. And, if he can get that would be 5 World Cup titles in 7 years for South Africa. And that's quite impressive.
And, of course, looking forward to the next competitive action for you after Doha next year. You can't wait for that, can you? Because you're not really a trainer. You like to be racing. You like to be competitive, don't you?
I love to race. I think that training is something that I know I need to do. But I despise it, and I love to race. And I think that's one of my strengths, is that when I get in front of a big crowd and when the odds are stacked and there's a lot of pressure, I really actually perform my own capability by taking in all the environment. And you know, anytime that it's in a beautiful pool like here in Dubai and all the support is there, and you know, there were some tough races for me here with the amount of training that I've done. You know, like I say, I keep actually outperforming you know, what my own expectations. So we'll see. You know, I think that as we go on, we'll find the opportunities where we can race, where it will fit into the training. But the most important thing now for me is just to really concentrate on the World Championships next year in Barcelona.
Cameron, thanks for your time, and well done in Dubai and in London, of course, in the summer.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Great to talk to those lads, and thank you to Sun and Sand Sports Store as well for setting up those interviews. Great performances in the pool in Dubai from them. More on the swimming action to come later in the show. Now let's do some tips. If you want to improve your tennis game, Sergio from Tennis 360 has some tips for you.
Hi, my name is Sergio, and I'm with Tennis 360, and we're here today at the Meydan Tennis Academy. What we're going to go through today is basically some tips on doubles. Okay, we're going to start off positions on the court when we're playing doubles. Today we have some new coaches here. We have Zoran, who's going to standing in net, and we have Luka, who's going to be demonstrating the serving position. We'll start off with Zoran here at net. Because he's in an aggressive position, because his team is serving, he's going to be slightly closer to the net. Okay, he's in ready position. His racket is out in front. Okay, ready for the ball to come to him. Luka is now, as you can see, in serving position, but he's halfway between the center marker and the double sideline. Okay, the reason that he's there is because he's covering half the court, because his partner Zoran is covering the other half. When we play singles, we stand closer to the center marker because we're covering the whole court. Okay, so the important thing about doubles is about cutting off angles. Okay, and these two positions allow that and put you in a very aggressive position to win the point. So we just went through the serving positions for doubles. Now the next step is to look at the returning positions when we play doubles. Okay. Now, you got to think of it this way. The server has the advantage, so they're the ones being aggressive. The returners are the ones basically defending. So the positions on court change. Okay. Again, we have Zoran now. He's moved from being very close to net to basically on the service line. This now allows him more time to react when the ball comes to him. Okay. We also have Luka now is a little bit wider, waiting for the return of serve. He should look to always return cross court, probably 80 to 85% of the time cross court. Because if you go down the line, that allows the net person who's really in a very aggressive position to take control of the point. Okay? If Luka hits a really aggressive return and it goes cross court, this allows Zoran to move closer to net, okay, and then become more aggressive. Because at the end of the day, the team that is more aggressive in doubles usually wins.
Thank you, Sergio. Chris McHardy is on the show next. We talk sport locally. It's been busy this week. We also have all the results for you as well. We'll be back in a moment on Sport on 7.